Do you ever feel like your life is moving too fast to keep up, or standing too still, no matter how hard you push? What if the real issue isn't speed or stagnation, but being out of sync with nature's rhythm? Nature moves in cycles: growth, giving, release, rest. It doesn't rush spring or hold on to autumn. It moves as it is meant to, trusting each stage as it comes, and so can we. This week, we explore Daesis, the Taoist pillar of harmony with nature and the self. A way of living that helps us recognize when to act, when to pause, and how to move with life's changing seasons. If you've ever felt disconnected, stuck, or restless, this is for you. Daesis, one of the 6 pillars of Taoism, teaches us to live in rhythm with nature and ourselves. It is not about control or passivity, but about attuning to the cycles of the earth. Stoicism teaches us that we must understand what is within our control and what is not. That real strength comes from adapting wisely to challenges instead of fighting against them. In Taoism, we see that harmony is not something we manufacture, it's something we return to. The river does not need to force its way forward, it moves where the path is already open. Together, these perspectives reveal a simple truth: balance is not achieved by forcing life into place, but by understanding its timing. Picture a tree through the seasons, blooming, growing, releasing, resting. It does not cling to summer or rush into spring. It thrives because it moves in tune with what is. And this is the key. If you have ever felt restless, stuck, or disconnected from the pace of life, Daesis offers another way. Let's dive in. At its core, Daesis teaches that harmony comes from awareness and alignment, not from control. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. The Stoics saw nature as a guide to perspective and peace. They understood that life is bigger than our immediate worries, that struggle often comes from resisting what is. Lao Tzu offers another insight. He who follows the Tao is at one with the Tao. He who is virtuous experiences virtue. He who loses the way feels lost. Taoism teaches that struggle is not necessary. When we move with life instead of against it, things fall into place naturally. Daesis is not about forcing or giving up. It's about knowing when to act, when to pause, when to grow, and when to let go. Imagine a gardener tending to a tree. They do not force the branches to grow or demand the fruit to ripen faster. They understand that timing matters, that every stage has its purpose. This is Daesis in practice. If you've ever felt like you were constantly fighting against circumstances, perhaps the answer is not to push harder, but to adjust how you move. Here is why this matters. When we live out of sync with natural rhythms, we create stress, burnout, and frustration. But when we align with the timing of things, life becomes clearer, smoother, and more meaningful. In personal life, using nature as a reflective teacher in moments of stress. Too often we try to control what is uncontrollable, clinging to certainty in an ever-changing world. But nature reveals a different way. The tree does not resist the wind, it bends and remains whole. The river does not fight the rocks, it flows around them. Daesis teaches us to do the same, move with life, not against it. Knowing when to adapt and when to stand firm brings true peace. In an office environment, integrating wellness practices through outdoor breaks. The modern workplace disconnects us from organic flow. Daesis reminds us that a simple step outside, a moment of fresh air, a break in natural light, can restore focus and clarity. Small shifts lead to greater balance. In hands-on work, handling outdoor jobs in alignment with seasonal patterns. Many professions push against natural cycles, working as if every day should be the same. Yet reality follows its own unfolding. Daesis teaches that by adapting to seasonal rhythms, we work more efficiently, sustainably, and with less stress. All in all, Daesis reminds us that life is not meant to be forced. It is meant to be understood and moved with. Daesis is about living in alignment, not resistance. It teaches us that there is a time for action and a time for stillness, a time to grow and a time to let go. I align with nature's rhythm and my true self. Carry this mantra as your reminder. Now, take a moment. Are you forcing something that isn't ready? What would happen if you trusted the pace instead of trying to control it? Where do you move with the seasons, and where do you resist them? Share your reflections below. Subscribe for weekly Taoist insights. Let's realign with the flow of nature. Life is not meant to be a constant battle. Life is a dance in balance.